Previously on For Mother Matron. An inordinate amount of time passes. I was gone from myself. Went dark. Even darker. Senses of the world were ripped in twain. Okay, that scared me because that was the title screen background art. And back again, all in an instant. From the darkness came a new world, and slimier and bloodier than the one I left. Massive chamber of red flesh marbled with fat and cartilage, illuminated faintly by a light that seemed to be penetrating the membrane from the outside. The ground is puddled with saliva and stomach acid and amniotic fluid. Spectator now, separate from my own body, bearing witness to a different person in a different place suffering a horrible fate I wish upon no one. Body is me, mistakably so, standing there numbly, staring at the bizarre place. Then, descending from a puckering hole in the ceiling, came a monstrosity even worse than the last. Mind flare. We're immediately starting into Baldur's Gate 3. Something in my core has me convinced that the Mother Matron was to have anything resembling a true physical form. This monstrosity before me. Oh, I hate that. Oh my god, it's got multiple rows of teeth. At least, the part of its true form clearly extends beyond the sphincter in the ceiling. My horror, thing can speak.
You wanted to know about the room of paradise? This is a child. It has been inside me all along. I swallowed it ages ago.
Wait, the womb of paradise existed and you swallowed it?
You know, you always were one of my favorites. Mother would like to offer you a gift. A choice. One that has seldom been granted. You know how things will end up now. No matter what you've done, or could have done, all roads would lead you here. I built it that way, from the very moment you were born.
That would be such a fantastic game mechanic for a visual novel. Where you have all these branching choices, but no matter what happens, it leads you to the ending of pure despair. Granted, that's just Telltale games in a nutshell. They always have this one fucking ending. But you play it to a horror game, maybe it won't make people piss as much.
This is the only life.
I'm not gonna rant about that now.
I will embrace you inside this womb of paradise. You will join your other siblings, resting inside my walls, as I drain the body of the essences of suffering that are floating inside you.
That's capitalized. That's a fucking energy. Go from the start, surely.
Or I can undo it all. The womb of paradise is a special place. It can birth new worlds, tear apart old ones. I can create a world in which you never existed, and all of this will be forgotten. The one behind the glass might never forget. But you, all the pain you felt up to now, and would feel from this moment forward, will have never happened. The sweet sucker of non-existence will be yours.
This is straight just cosmic nihilism. Ah, that's so fucking badass and legitimately horrifying. In other words, my existence was always meant to be suffering eternally, just for this horrible creature in front of me, and to trust its words. My efforts to live happily were futile. My efforts to fight back and escape were meaningless in the face of God of misery that engineered a world from the start just for this. Just so it could have a lunch miserable brain. Knowing that it would have been better to never to existed.
So, what will it be, child?
Be embraced. Live with misery for eternity. Be erased. Make it so you've never existed. I know this isn't what the message is. Like I said, this is straight up just cosmic nihilism. And that actually, as someone that falls asleep regularly to like stories of Lovecraft and his contemporaries, mostly his contemporaries at this point, nothing really scares me in cosmic horror, but this kind of does. Can I save here? I can, thank you. And the reason I was getting that was, if it's nothing but pain and misery to be orchestrated, because this seems like a cycle like Dark Souls and shit. But what do we learn from Dark Souls? Is that eventually, through sheer attrition, something better might happen. I'm gonna do both endings, but I'm gonna pick live with the misery. Maybe eventually something will happen in the cycle. We got psychic powers and shit, I don't know. Unless that just hurt us more. And, you know, we could be like some crazy super cultist zealot that, you know, gets the kick out of masochism. And then consciousness. But the memories run dry. Time still works how I'm used to. I'm in the present tense. Somehow things went dark. I ended up in this room.
No, it's not just a room. It's a womb.
Oh god, I'm being birthed. Am I gonna have to censor something? Alright, how to deal with witnessing one live birth in college.
I was born. Or maybe just one that feels similar. Were the memories elucidating? Did they give me all the puzzle pieces that mattered? Maybe you figured something out that I can't. Not like you can tell me, I suppose. Would understanding it all really bring me peace anyways? Maybe. It wouldn't change the reality, though. The reality that from the moment I was born, I was in the clutches of a monstrosity that desired nothing more than to see me suffer. Me, and many others just like me. Just as innocent and sad. Under the talons of a god that wants to bleed us dry and melt our brains with suffering. All my existence is, and ever could be, is an endless torrent of pain and misery. The positive moments were simply reprieves. I could fight all I want, but in the end, What am I? A tunnel rat running for its life through a maze with no exit. An ant under the boot of a god. Knowing that now, would I have rather never existed at all? No. No, I'm happy I existed. Maybe happy isn't the right word. Content? Maybe that's more accurate.
And at least then you got to exist and experience good things.
Being alive is, at least to me, about two things.
That small beauty of the
Avoiding
one
death
flower on a battlefield.
and avoiding misery. And yet, they always come. I reach my hand to my eyes. They are gone. And yet, I still see. All living things will die. And their happiness cannot be appreciated without a contrast of sadness to give it value.
Yeah, sick. These are like the concepts they were talking about in like the princess, right? It's like you can't really have one without the other. You need that contrast.
The future might seem like nothing but a dark cloud on the horizon. But you have to keep trying. If I had never existed, I wouldn't have met my friends. Janine and Katie, Rich, even Pucks.
Hey, Pucks was an alright guy in the end. He was he survived in the well, he survived as long as he could before he got ganked.
I wouldn't have gotten to eat food that was so delicious I wanted to cry. I wouldn't have gotten to feel proud learning to sew and making my sweater. I wouldn't have gotten to read those books that touched my heart or made me feel like going on a magical adventure. So many little things that seem small and meaningless on a grand scale, but to me were everything. I chased the hope that I would find more moments and experiences like that. And even in this womb of pain, where happiness dies, where a meat tube is attached to the base of my neck, sucking at the fluids, where my body grows
So
heavy
happy.
like stone, being drained of everything that made Lizzie. Maybe here, there's still something. Maybe there's a beyond that's wonderful and incomprehensible, but reserved for those who take on the burden of existence.
Alright, this is kind of like... I mean, with the misery comes hope, and if she keeps reincarnating over and over again, eventually something could happen if you can withstand basically eternity.
Or maybe the Mother Matron was right, and it's just delectable misery forever.
Well, no, until you find out. Like Blaze Blue, you need that 0.0000001% to happen, but if it does happen, you're fucking set.
No choice but to try and enjoy it.
Memento Dolores. Get the embraced ending. A time and place far away in the past. A woman with dark hair wearing a hospital gown stands in a nursery room. Covered in blood. Tired. Worn. Lost a lot of herself along the way here. There's a weapon on the floor. Sticky with blood. Bodies.
Shh. Mommy's here, sweetheart. Mommy's here. I figured out what your name's going to be. Finally. Lizzie. That's your name. Lizzie.
Oh.
Better late than never, right?
Loretta, sweetheart, let me tell you, okay, I work in a pharmacy. At least you came up with the name already. I can't tell you how many times I've had to switch someone's name from baby girl or baby boy. Granted, I think sometimes that is due to religious purposes, but let me tell you, comes a real pain in the ass. Especially for the parents who don't know that that's what the doctors put. The baby doesn't have a name.
That was
Anyways, I'm rambling.
Grandma's name before she passed. She would have loved to meet you. Mom,
Oh,
too.
her grandma's name. I was gonna say, I thought Loretta's mom was still alive.
I am so sorry for everything. I've really let you down. Ruined everything for you. For me. I didn't really realize what I was doing until it was too late. I just needed to feel good.
Mom,
to
were
feel
you clean
something.
enough that I don't have any side effects?
At first, I thought I came here just
I'm not a
to
crack
make Mom
baby, am I?
happy. Stay for a week or two and bail. Tell her it didn't help so she'd stay off my back. But no. I think a part of me really did want to stop. I knew I had to.
Actually, a place for the destitute, that'd be a really good place to farm more misery. I mean, who the fuck is gonna listen to them? Or even care?
Even with the cravings and the withdrawal. And then they told me about you. And the decision was final. For your sake, or for mine, I'm not sure which. I was gonna stop. I was gonna get off the stuff and fix my life. But
Thanks, Mom.
I guess my chance for that is long since past. But I guess my chance for that is long since past.
Did that line repeat?
This place. Those people. That slimy Mr. Wadey. It's not really for us to get better. It's for all of us to get worse.
I'm telling you.
To wallow
Great content
in pain.
farm.
To never stop hurting. Never stop bleeding. Suffering for the sake of suffering. I came here to get better. They told me that's what it was for. But it was to make me worse. All of us worse. That's all life really is, isn't it? Long stretches of misery, spending all our efforts trying to escape it, distract ourselves from it. But it's misery all the way down. I say that, and yet, looking at you makes that feel untrue.
Unwavering human spirit and compassion in
Maybe
darkness.
what I needed was a reason to care. Something or someone to care for.
Your own mother wasn't enough, thought to herself. Suddenly having a baby makes you want to be a good person? She wasn't entirely sure of the motivations herself. Perhaps simply the weight of responsibility that she felt. Yeah, now. I like how this now went to a narrator because I'm a fucking baby now. Lizzie's a baby now. Can't articulate. Responsibility to care for the human being that didn't choose to be made. One that had to be made to exist. Suffered the consequences. She would change things now. Do whatever she could. Right every wrong. She'll do that for her sweet mother. Your daughter. Herself.
Misery be damned. I'm not done trying. You're in danger, and I'm getting you out of here. You're going home, Lizzie, with Mommy.
Yay. Suddenly. Mom, I hope you pick a different QTE option this time. And she gets turned into a... Yep, she gets turned into a ball. Cycle repeats. Maddie Matsumoto. I actually like Lizzie's voice. Good job. Adrian Jordan also did pretty good too. Mother Matron kind. Ozies. Meaty Maris. I forgot about me. Mumblers. Creature voices, the Gnasher, Bugs, and Flaps. Good names. Soundtrack by... I gotta see if there's like a soundtrack for this game, because it's really good. Classic games, Dead Meat. Thanks for playing. More to come. Well, I guess while we're here, because the game actually did the smart thing for once in games like this and let me actually save at the final choice. Be erased. Make it so you never existed. Silence. Fuck you, God. I'm not gonna let you content farm my misery. Long, agonizing silence. Then Emily begins to laugh. What do we do, boys, if we can't kill them with our guns? We charge them with our swords. What do we do if we can't charge them with our swords? We beat them with our fist. What do we do if we can't beat them with our fist? We make them choke on our blood. If we can't choke them with our blood, then we don't give them the satisfaction of getting a kill. Then, in consciousness. Where the memories run dry. After that, I don't wanna... Like, okay, I say some fucked up things, and I find interest in, like, the macabre, but I don't know if I want to see a fucking baby flatline during birth. Time still works how I'm used to. I'm in the present tense somehow. Things went dark, I ended up in this room.
No. No, it's not just a room.
Sorry, Mom.
It's a womb.
At least this time your body won't get fucking brutalized into a meat cube. I guess there's some solace in me going out like that.
The womb where I was born. Or maybe just one that feels similar. Were the memories elucidating? Did they give me all the puzzle pieces that mattered? Maybe you figured out something that I can't? Not like you can tell me, I suppose. But understand.
Who is she talking to? Is she talking to me?
Anyways.
My God.
Maybe.
Am I the void?
It wouldn't change
Actually, the void
reality
sounds about right.
reality
Definitely bring the
that
call of
from
the void.
moment I was born, I was in the clutches of a monstrosity that desired nothing more than to see me suffer. Me and many others just like me. Just as innocent and sad. Under the talons of a god that wants to bleed us dry and melt our brains with suffering. All my existence is, and could ever be, is an endless torrent of pain and misery. The positive moments were simply reprieves.
I can't remember. Is there cadence different?
I could fight all I want, but in the end, what am I?
That'd be a nice touch of it.
A tunnel rat running for its life through a maze with no exit. An ant under the boot of a god. Knowing that now, would I have rather never existed at all? Yeah, I think I would have rathered that. Being alive is, at least to me, about two things. Avoiding death and avoiding misery. And yet, they always...
Why did the Mother Matron just let me go? Is it like the final piece de resistance? Because I feel like she wanted to inform me more of her
my
misery.
hand to my eyes. They're gone. And yet I still see. All living things will die. And happiness cannot be appreciated without a contrast of sadness to give it value. It's a sick joke. Existence is supposed to be a gift, but it's not a gift. It's a burden. A guarantee that you will one day experience the worst things you'll ever experience. And that you'll die.
See, normally I disagree with you on this. The existence of God saying, yeah, I just want to suckle the misery out of you, and I create worlds to do it. Yeah, no, that straight up, that's
Whoever
that's a
built
good
things
point.
that
At that
way
point,
is
you
a
raise a
sick
hefty argument.
monster that wants to watch its pawns bleed and scream until the rivers run red. Nothing was just fine until it was infected with the disease of becoming something. That's the truth of it all. And I see existence is
Oops.
simply pain. Paradise? Paradise is to be unborn. It starts at the fingertips and the toes. The sensation of normality gives way to a numbness. Pins and needles stitching their way up my skin. The feeling of falling asleep on my arms or legs, but slowly forming everywhere at once.
I don't like that feeling, Lindsay, but I guess if you're unexisting yourself, it doesn't matter what you feel.
And then fire. The numbness gives way to the feeling of flame cleansing the flesh. Individual nerves being shredded from a microscopic level. All that I ever was, and all that I am now, being ripped from the fabric of reality. Painfully, excruciatingly. I try to scream, but there's no sound. My vocal cords are gone, and so is my throat.
On now.
Darkness tickles at
Like
the
fire,
edges.
it hurts until your nerves burn
My
off.
world dies around me. And then
I do not want to hear Loretta lose her baby.
nothing. Forever.
Paradise to be unborn, got the erased ending. In time and place far away. No. Woman with dark red hair. With dark red hair. Freudian slip. Dark hair, wearing a hospital gown, stands in the nursery room. Covered in blood, tired, worn. Lost a lot of herself away here. There's a weapon on the floor, sticky with blood. Bodies.
Shh. Mommy's here, sweetheart. Mommy's here.
That's real great, Mom, but I'm not.
I figured out what your name's going to be. Finally. Lizzie. That's your name. Lizzie. Better late than never, right?
Am I alive, or did Mother Matron Strabe just, well, fuck you?
That was Grandma's name before she passed. She would have loved to meet you. Mom, too. I am so sorry for everything. I've really let you down. Ruined
I'm waiting for the
everything
ball to
for you.
drop.
For me. I didn't really realize what I was doing until it was too late. I just needed to feel good, to feel something. At first, I thought I came here just to make Mom happy. Stay for a week or two and bail. Tell her it didn't help so she'd stay off my back. But no. I think a part of me really did want to stop. I knew I had to. Even with the cravings and the withdrawal. And then they told me about you. And the decision was final. For your sake, or for mine, I'm not sure which. I was gonna stop. I was gonna get off the stuff and fix my life. But I guess my chance for that is long since past.
This is exactly the same, and they have not alluded to me being dead yet. Which, I know I said I didn't want to see the reaction of a dead baby, but I feel like that's even more horrifying. because that just this mother matron just said, yeah, you know, I can let you not exist. And then when you get that fucking reprieve, you break down, and that's when you're the worst. And she savors it more, and then after you die, she just cycles you back through anyways. Because you can't do anything about it.
But
Lied.
I guess my chance for that is long since past. This place, those people, that slimy Mr. Wadey. It's not really for us to get better. It's for all of us to get worse. To wallow in the pain. To never stop hurting. Never stop bleeding. Suffering for the sake of suffering. I came here to get better. They told me that's what it was for. But it was to make me worse. All of us worse.
God, the tension
That's
is
all
palpable.
life really is, isn't it? Long stretches of misery, spending all our efforts trying to escape it, distract ourselves from it. But it's misery all the way down. I say that, and yet
You got no
being you
idea.
makes that feel untrue. Maybe what I needed was a reason to care. Something or someone to care for.
Well, your own mother wasn't enough, thought to herself. Have a baby makes you want to be a good person. Wasn't entirely sure of the motivation herself. Perhaps simply the weight of responsibility that she felt had now. Or perhaps it's simply the weight of responsibility that she felt she had now. Responsibility to care for a human being that didn't choose to be made. One that had been made to exist, and that hits a lot harder this time around. You would change things now. You would do whatever she could to do right, good to right every wrong. Do that for her sweet mother, her daughter, Alf.
Misery be damned. I'm not done trying. You're in danger, and I'm getting you out of here. You're going home, Lizzie, with Mommy.
Suddenly. Didn't matter. There was no choice. And that makes it so much worse. Now fast forward. And that's it. Or you could go back and like kill Rich and shit, but I'm not gonna. If you want to figure that out, I guess just go get the game yourself. I'm pretty sure this game is free. Go get it. This game is fucking phenomenal. I love it. Like I mentioned, I don't know if it's gonna also be in this episode or a previous episode, depending on how I cut this up. I typically don't get scared of like horror genre. You know, I'll watch a slasher film. I fucking fall asleep to Cosmic Horror and stories of that nature just fine. No consequence to that whatsoever. One of my favorite artists is Beksinski. And, you know, that same vibe of like also like the H.R. Geiger or Giger, whatever. Everyone says differently for some fucking reason. It's just asking the guy. But the notion of just life is actually the meaning of life is actually your suffering, and God actively seeks it out. And now with the ending of no matter what you do, it's gonna be the same because they deem it so. That is such a horrifying concept. This game night have actually disturbed me. I've forgotten what that's like. So yeah, go get this game, play it. This game deserves attention, and because like, and also some other things. I think I have the extended cut has like a bunch of added like lore stuff. I want to know more. I want to explore this world a lot more because the aesthetic of the environment is great. I love it. It's bleak, and there's just bits of like just little tidbits, little sprinkles of other lore. Like who the fuck is Momus? I think Momus also mentioned a sister, unless he's just like Mother Matron, that's who he's referring to, but no, because he also mentioned Mother. They mentioned like Father and Mother Darkness, the birth of the sun. Um, I'm curious if the Womb of Paradise was an actual place, or if it was just something she made up and Mother Matron considers the ending to be the Womb of Paradise. Because the latter, I'm sorry, the former. Like, yeah, there was a Womb of Paradise. I ate it. Beautiful game. Love it. Lizzie, total peach. Love her. She's a cutie. Everything about this game is great. I'm so glad I played this. But, yep, it's over. Got nothing to say other than great game. Love it. I'm gonna be up at night, staring at the ceiling, contemplating this entire thing. Oh yeah. Bye-bye. Haven't I seen that fashion abomination somewhere before? Damn, got him. Z formation. Now canonically in my head, I now have a wild MILF in my party.